Okay, all right.
Portia Ingram,
great.
thank you very much. We're going to take
you
a
so
quick
much for the
break here and
opportunity.
reach out, and we'll do a little sports talk after the break. Stay with us.
If your adventure keeps turning into unexpected
Don't you
bathroom
know
trips,
you'll always
you may have overactive bladder
be my
or
baby
OAB.
blue. And I'm so sorry, yeah, for what I put you through. It won't be long till I'm lying next to you. I'll always be there to give you a push on through. It's just me and you and Spider-Man, my baby blue. My baby blue. And does your mother tell you there'll always be days like this? Yeah. To her love, well, I guess it is. Yeah. It won't be long till I'm lying next to you. I'll always be there to give you a push on through. Just me and you and Spider-Man, my baby.
sure he's on the phone before we go. Back here, Reach Out with Ray and Steve, and we're back.
We're back.
Yes.
So let's come
We
on.
need
What
a little
birthday
Frank
is it?
Sinatra. It's Frank
Hold
Sinatra's
on.
birthday, and we're going to go with Frank Sinatra's song.
Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, yeah, we're with Reach Out with Ray
Sal,
and Steve.
Sal.
Hi guys, how are you?
Okay, listen, you're on the air with Ray and Steve. Reach out. And please tell America whose birthday it is today.
It's the greatest singer of all time, Frank Sinatra's 103rd birthday. Saluta.
Wow, salute. Yes.
Give me a fraction of that.
Little Frank Sinatra song
Hold
for
on.
his birthday.
This is for you,
103.
Sal. Hold on.
Fly me to the
There we
moon.
go.
Let me
Oh,
play
I love it.
among the
There we go.
stars.
Sal, let them know the name of the restaurant that you
See
own.
what spring is like
This is
on
Patsy's Italian Restaurant on West 56th Street in New York City, our only
In other
location.
words,
And it's just been such a pleasure to have known that man, and his legacy continues.
What did he mean to you, Sal?
in other words,
He meant class,
baby,
loyalty,
kiss me.
friendship, and all those beautiful values. But of course, I love listening to his music. When I'm in a bad mood, it brings me up. You know, it's just such an uplifting thing, and it's so amazing to see so many more people that are embracing his music. It's forever. We just went to see a concert last night, my wife and I, from a country music superstar named Brett Eldridge.
Oh, yeah,
And he's
very
doing
good singer.
all Frank's songs as well now.
Oh, wow.
And he actually performed at Patsy's Italian Restaurant here back in May, and it was played on Channel 56 Sirius Radio, The Highway. And today, we celebrated Frank Sinatra's birthday again with another country superstar who loves Frank, Lee Bryce.
Oh,
He
yeah.
sang My Way.
Yes.
And it was just such a wonderful moment today.
Well, Sal, listen. The greatest restaurant in New York City is Patsy's on 56 and Broadway. That is my home. Hey, Sal, before we get off the air, let America know who welcomed me in 1977 to the restaurant that day.
Frank Sinatra welcomed you with his friend Sammy Davis Jr. Who gave you such a great pep talk, and I think it helped contribute to the wonderful human being that you are today. And you are such a great guy, Ray. I'm so honored to know you and call you my friend.
Well, listen, I'm honored to know you because you treat me like a brother. And your father, Joe, I love. And your mother, I love. And the food, I love more.
And I feel the same way about you. You are my brother from another mother.
There you
Okay,
go.
well, I'll let her know you was asking that we're looking for our allowance.
All right. My
Take
friend.
care of
God
yourself.
bless
My
you.
love to everybody over there.
I will, and happy birthday, Frank.
Happy
All
birthday,
right,
Frank.
Happy birthday. Thank you so much,
Mr.
Sal.
Sinatra,
We'll see you
happy
at
birthday.
Patsy's. Well, we're going to switch over to a little sports talk here, and we have a lot of fine men in the studio here. Why don't you just go around the room and introduce yourselves, guys?
I'm Joe Simeone.
I'm Manny Delmas.
Okay.
Joe McDonald.
Yes.
Gil Cosenza.
Yes.
And Joe McDonald is the editor and publisher of New York Sports Day.
Yes.
Technically, he's my boss because I write for him, but he don't pay me nothing. So we're gonna have to talk about that stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Sometimes people don't get the hint.
The money stuff is after the show.
Oh boy, he's a real wise guy. And then these other three gentlemen are from the great insurance company called
State Farm.
State Farm Insurance. It's not the one with the hands.
No.
This is the one with the feet.
That's right. That's right.
But hey,
Neighbors.
listen, all I know is I do all my business with you.
Gil.
Okay,
Thank you.
Gil.
Yes.
All right. I can show how much I'm paying. Damn it.
And also when he comes in, I got to close the door like Goodfellas.
So is that why you're all dressed up today?
Excuse me?
Is that why they're all dressed up in jackets and everything else?
Yeah.
It's like laundry day for you today.
Oh,
Look,
show respect.
all I know is this. we got to get serious now. Number one, it's the winter meetings,
Yes, it is.
and first of all, they had the first thing that happened at the winter meetings was that they had the vote for the Hall of Fame.
Yes.
Correct.
And what's your feeling about how the voting went?
I was disappointed.
Why?
That George didn't get in.
Steinbrenner.
Yes.
Great George Steinbrenner. Go ahead.
I think that on his own merits and what his impact was, not only to the Yankees and in revitalizing the Yankees, but how he transformed baseball operations, merited him getting in there. I mean, I know there are a lot of counter arguments about people who didn't really like Steinbrenner and didn't like some of the things that went on, but I think if you looked at what his impact was to the game itself, it warranted him getting in.
Right. Well said.
I was surprised with Harold Baines. I mean, he's a good ball player. He had a
22
long
years.
career.
Yes, 22
good
years.
stats, but I think in my mind, he maybe a little bit short of the Hall of Famer.
Well, they decided to do this a few years ago to revamp the what was known as the Veterans Committee back then, because the Veterans Committee could never vote and put anybody in.
Right.
Then they started putting these 16-man committees, and went into 16-person committees together to vote. They all sit down. They all basically huddle in a room, and they vote. And if you get 75% of the vote, you get in. And they have been putting people in the last few years. They put it in through different eras. So this was the modern era, I believe, that was. So Harold Baines was the most curious pick because he got less than 6% of the at most he got 6% of the vote.
Right.
For 5 years he was on the ballot.
Interesting point.
You know, and he got knocked off. Most sports writers who vote for the Hall of Fame didn't vote for him. And he basically, if you look at certain stats, you can see an argument. For example, his 2,800 hits. The only guys who are higher than the 2,800 hits were who aren't in the Hall of Fame, like Barry Bonds and Rafael Palmeiro. These guys are the pet guys. So this guy's clean.
Hello.
Yeah, but I feel Hall of Fame should be for greatness.
Right.
That's why I think like
Hi,
Steinbrenner
guys.
should be in there. Hey, look, I think Munson and Mattingly were great players in Hall of
Brian
Fame.
Steve.
I mean, my opinion. I mean, they were MVPs. They were leaders. I mean, I feel like. Well, I'm sorry.
No,
yeah.
go ahead.
Hi, Dad.
But I feel like Steinbrenner. Maybe there's an anti-New York bias. He did a lot of work. I mean, my dad was a fireman. He did a lot of work for the firemen, the police. I mean, he did a lot of charity work that people should include also. And what he did to the Yankees was unbelievable. I mean, I don't know why he's not. He didn't get enough votes.
Well, 11 World Series, 7 wins, 7 championships. I mean, and if you average it out in 37 years, it's 3 point something every year.
I believe he belongs to the Hall of Fame. I said that to you guys last week.
Right.
It's just there was an argument that a guy who's been suspended twice in baseball, should he get in? And that was I think that's what they held against him, which I think is wrong. But
Well, hold on. Let's
We have a
get the
caller.
opinion
Yeah,
of a caller.
yeah, we have a
over
caller here. This is Reach Out with Ray and Steve. The call, you're there. Hello.
Hello,
there?
go ahead.
Maybe the call's not there. Okay, so we're talking George Steinbrenner. What about Lee Smith?
Lee Smith, I think they read it wrong there. Lee
Right.
Smith, I think actually, remember for years they had that feeling out there that relievers didn't get, or closers shouldn't really be in or whatever, and then they started putting them in. Lee Smith was one who was overlooked, I think.